So that's what happened before we sat here for how long?
About an hour and a half,
Right. And
setting things up.
trying to get, and everything was perfect. But all of a sudden, we started hearing
Echo.
the back computer. Well, we heard echo coming across the test thing, and we're like, "Where's this coming from?"
This is so weird because I was on the phone with my granddaughter today in a video call, and she's 3, and she insisted that there was a little boy behind me, and she could hear him talking, and it was an echo, and she must have said echo on the video call with me about 55 times.
Well, if you're getting bad sound out there, if you are getting an echo or a double sound, let me know because I will shut it down on this end. We are trying to. I got this program here that I'm gonna go find a guy that wrote it, and he's gonna take up knitting. It's.
This is all part of the experience. We get to learn new things.
I'm gonna find another program for broadcasting. This program, it does it right before. It's all the time. I've been using this program for 3 years. You think I'd get rid of it, but it's an open source program, and I've been using this. Oh my God, that long. Okay, that long.
3 years.
Brought longer than 3 years. That COVID's 3 years.
Yeah.
Okay, so I was using it over to Blue Monkey. That was long before you came on board here, already. You know, we were using it there. I was using it down at Hava Chava, and all these. It was just like this great program. And invariably, right before you go online, it says, "I'm gonna quit," and it blows out all your cameras and everything else, and you just sit there and you say, "I'm gonna lose my mind," and then you try to bring it back up.
The joys of modern technology.
Oh, it's just I love this program. It's so cool.
We are so dependent on it, and that causes us to be crippled.
Can we do a little shout out when we move on from this one? This shout out to the people in Florida.
Yes, of course. Of course. You know, we want to shout out to everybody in Florida. We want to recognize everybody down there, and we hope everybody, that you're safe and that you were able to evacuate properly if you needed to. Hopefully you were in an area where you didn't get pounded on like some of the other parts did. But, our hearts are with you and our prayers are with you. And we're right there with you 100%. We're looking out for everybody down there. So we're in this together all the time.
And I don't want to say that some were fortunate, but there was forecasts of up to 50 inches of rain.
Yeah.
And I heard the max so far was something only like 2 feet, which is still unbelievable. But 50 inches, I can't even imagine 50 inches of rain.
Yeah.
So I guess they're fortunate, only getting 2 feet. So, but still, I mean, I was watching on the different news feeds the devastation, and they're.
Because we were playing at the pub last night, that one of the shots, the bay was completely empty. All the water was on shore. It wasn't in the bay.
Wow. Yeah. What was the storm surge about? 12 foot.
Yeah, it was intense. The entire thing was intense.
So yeah, our hearts go out to them, and there's some chatter amongst people associated with Rock in the Valley. We might end up doing something to help them out.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah, I'd like to see us do it. I'm waiting for the word from a few other people, see if we are actually permitted to do something. Okay, so it's always a touchy subject when people do fundraisers because they want to know where everything's going.
Of course.
So I put the feelers out. So anyway, let me turn the show over to you and positively. No, pardon my positivity. Positivity. And I can't speak tonight worth a thing. Let me just say 484-272-5450 is the number tonight. If you want to talk to Paula and give her your bean dip recipe or something else positive.
For those of you who might have missed the first show, or I think we missed the first part of the first show, just a quick intro. If you don't know who I am, I'm Paula Lynch. I am a native to the Lehigh Valley. I actually live about 3 blocks from the house I grew up in Easton. And I'm a daytime accountant, a nighttime bartender, and an all-the-time super happy chipper chick. And it's not because I had a perfect life my entire life. It's because I choose to be happy. So we're here on this program so that if you want to have a more positive life and a happier experience in your trip around this planet, we can help you get there with some advice and information and lots of chatter. So how the program works is every week we have a new topic to help you out, and we welcome phone calls in. So Steve just shouted out a minute ago. It's 484-272-5450, and you can call in anytime. It doesn't matter. Feel free to interrupt us. I love that. So, two quick things that I want to go over before we get into this week's topic. This week's topic is little changes, big happy. We mentioned it last week, and I've talked about it on social media a little bit. But these are just, I have 8 little things you can do every day that'll help your mood and help you to choose happy on a regular basis. So, but before I get into those, I'm always looking for guests who want to be with me on the show, like Steve's great company, but I need to know more people than him in the Valley. So next week I have my first guest, good friend of mine, Corey Reinhardt, who happens to be a pretty happy guy himself. Hi, Corey. So he's going to be on the show with me via Zoom. So you want to tune in to see Corey with me next week. And if you are a person who decided to make a positive change in your life and would like to be on the show with me, then you can drop me a line at my special email, which is paula.pardonmypositivity@gmail.com. Also, you can find me on social media. I'm Paula Lynch, Lynch, and I have a page called Glitter, Shoes, and Happiness too. If you message them, I'll get the information as well. The other big thing is I'm looking for a tagline because I think they're cool to have.
You're it. Sorry.
And I thought it would be fun to have a competition, right? So I love to do little things like that. So if you haven't, stay classy, San Francisco, but I'm not going to say that because I'm not Ron Burgundy. But that's the kind of thing I'm looking for, a way to end the show on a positive note every week when we wrap it up. And so I want your suggestions, and what I want you to do is send your suggestion, as many as you like, to the email address paula.pardonmypositivity@gmail.com. And I will narrow it down to the 3 that I like the most. And then we'll let people vote on them on my social media. And the person who wins, if you live in the Lehigh Valley, so if you live in California or something, I'm not going to do it. But if you live in the Lehigh Valley here with me and Rocking the Valley, I will personally take you to lunch in November as part of Thanksgiving, whoever wins. So that's the competition. Send in your suggestion for a tagline. You will have until midnight next Thursday, the 6th, to send in your suggestions. And then we'll know by the week after, which would be the 13th, what our tagline is going to be. And then I'll know who I'm taking to lunch. Boom.
I just put something on here. Can you give us a second? Okay. I'm putting on here, trying to get this done here. And I'm rushing. You're flying through everything here, making life so difficult.
Oh.
I'm putting on the phone number on the screen.
Ooh,
technology.
That
I'm
can
getting
be up
brave
there.
now
Oh,
since I solved the other problem.
other side. I forget I'm backwards.
Oh, yeah, wait. How are you doing? Okay. Here we go. First, we got the email. Look at that. All these OKs in the
so
wrong spot.
pretty.
Here we go. Got that one. We got this one here. Give me just 1 second. I gotta make the colors so you can see it. And then this. And I will get these a little better as we're going through the show, but I want to bring everyone's attention to it. It is now there, and whoosh, there it is.
There we go. Yay!
And I have to do the big background on it, but there it is, the phone number and the email. And I got to do something with the email.
Make it.
But there it goes. It's a
Pop
long
up a
chat
little
here.
bit.
Again,
Excellent.
give us a call.
Thanks.
484-272-5450. So what you got going on here?
Little changes, big happy, right? So last week, one of our callers called in and we talked about music. So I thought it would be a great week to start talking about all kinds of little things that you can do to improve your days. Now, these are just 8 things that I do on a regular basis, but you could have other things that work for you. You know, let us know. Maybe some of these don't work for you because you're not that kind of person. You know, these are just suggestions. There's no wrong way to find happy. Whatever does it for you. So I'm going to run through them real quick, so in case we get a call, but then we'll focus on each of them as the night goes on. So, important things that you want to do on a regular basis. Make sure you get all your vitamins. And I'm going to throw water in there too. I know nobody drinks enough water, but you want to make sure you get enough vitamins. You want to make sure you get exercise. Oh, I hate exercise. I know everybody hates exercise, but you need exercise. Surround yourself with things you enjoy. That's a surefire way to be happy every day. Smile. I love smiling. It's my favorite thing. Get enough sleep. Practice gratitude on a regular basis. Breathe and meditate on a regular basis. And journal, which means write stuff down. Whoop, my camera's moving. Ba-doo.
See, we're professional here. We just do stuff and say there was an earthquake.
That's right. We make it fun. Ba-da, ba-da, ba-da. All right, so if you want to call in and tell us about ways that little things you do to have positive days, then again, it's 484. It's on the screen. 272-5450. One of my favorite things on here, there's 8 suggestions, but my favorite thing is to surround yourself with happy. So if you follow me on social media, you know that I'm constantly, unicorns and rainbows. Right? Unicorns and rainbows. Freaking annoying people with my bright colors and my glitter and that kind of stuff. But I'm also severely obsessed with music. I have to have music blaring all the time. I just blew my speakers in the car yet again. So, come on. I know you got something to say about that.
The first time I met you, we interviewed for the show.
Yes.
I'm sitting in my car, minding my own business, chewing my bubble gum, which I really don't chew bubble gum. And I'm waiting for her to pull up, and I'm wondering, and I never met you before. I only ever saw your picture on your website.
Yep.
And she said, and she didn't tell me what car she was in. She just said, look for the one that's got the loud music. And this minivan comes flying across the parking lot, and all I hear is, we're not going to take it. I don't even remember what it was. But it was this blasting music. And I swear, all the windows on the car were bowing out. They really were. And when she got out of the car, she slams the door and okay, here we are. And as we walked away, I listened, and the car went, whew.
That's probably not an exaggeration.
No, I actually heard the one tire, so we got to do that again. And, do you make as many left-hand turns as you make right?
Why are you asking me that?
Because to get equal wear.
I go.
No, she's not good.
I go wherever the mood draws me, right or left. I go any which way.
You really do crank that. I mean, you make full use of your stereo.
I do, and my car is going to a wonderful shop on Tuesday to get completely amped up and with all new everything because I'm tired of blowing the speakers.
You blowing the speakers in your car? You're serious?
Yes, I'm absolutely serious. This is now the 4th time that I've blown a speaker in my car. You think I'm exaggerating? I'm not exaggerating. This is the 4th time I've blown a speaker in my car. Every time it costs me somewhere between $100 and $250 to replace one speaker. So this time we're just doing a whole new amp, speakers, the whole 9 yards.
Paula, I've been in working sound for 44 years. Okay, 45. Since I used to work for Dennis Jewelry and Gift. Anyone remember Dennis Jewelry and Gift down in the 25th Street Shopping Center? Raise your hand. Okay.
I don't remember.
I sold sound equipment. I had speakers in my car.
There
I
you
walked
go.
down there. I had a stereo system. I've got an awesome system in my car now. Okay. I have never blown a speaker in my car ever.
You're not enjoying it as much as I
Okay.
am.
But I've destroyed them on stage.
Oh, there you go.
I blew a set they said could not be blown. There was a set of CBS monitoring, stage monitor speakers that CBS uses. They're called Dalquist DQM9s. I fried them about 4 times. And I got everything under warranty. And then they say, we ain't doing this no more. But Turn Me Loose at full volume melts the inside of the speaker. It's pretty cool. But I can't believe you're blowing speakers in a car.
Yeah, well, I need to feel my music. If I can't feel the music, I don't It's not right.
I've got a couple of cabinets out of the car, out in the shed. You can just have them, put them in the back. You can use them as thrust. in
As
your
somebody
car.
told me, I just put a subwoofer back there.
So
I
what
like
is the
when my
music-
thing rattles.
What is the music that really your go-to music in the car that is going to, like, you're waking up? The best part of waking up is, like, Folgers for me.
Honestly, I enjoy a full array of music. Like I'm down with my 90s pop and R&B from when I was a kid. Like I was devastated yesterday when Coolio died.
Julio.
Coolio.
I missed it.
Oh yeah.
Julio Iglesias?
No.
Oh,
Coolio, Gangsta Paradise. Come on, son.
Lisa, we missed something. Anyway.
But I also, I enjoy country music. I like oldies. Like my favorite singer in the world is Frank Sinatra. But I can also get down with Ozzy Osbourne and Metallica. I like it all, and it really just depends on what my mood is that day. But I guarantee you, no matter what my mood is, if I'm listening to Sugarland or I'm listening to Meatloaf, the volume is still at as loud as I can get it in the car because it needs to be that loud.
Oh my God. I'm feeling bad for the stereo system.
You should. But that is one of my things.
So in other words, you don't have a single song that you start with.
No.
Yeah,
I do have This Day is I Need This Day to Just Switch song, and that's Moon River by Frank Sinatra. It's my absolute favorite song
Good
in the
song.
entire world. I know that there's a couple different renditions of it, but his version is my favorite. And at my day job at the office, they know if they hear that song, they should just stay away from me because it's probably going to play 3 or 4 times in a row because I need to recenter. And that's what happens with
I didn't know
Moon
you were
River.
there. How many center are you here? Okay.
So,
I used to work 3 to 11 shift.
mhm.
Okay. And I would come home from 3 to 11 shift, and I was always pumped up.
there you
I'd
go.
go up into my bedroom. I lived at home with my parents at this time.
Mm-hmm.
I would go into my bedroom upstairs, and I would put on Glenn Campbell playing The Lone Ranger
Oh.
at 11:30
We
at
were
night.
just talking about the Lone Ranger song. Oh, it's a soccer
Oh,
song. Sorry.
Silver, how y'all doing? I'm doing good. Anyway, but so I would play this thing for 3.5 minutes. It's cool, it really is. So I would play this at full volume on my stereo in my room. Okay, 4 speakers, quadraphonic, blow it out, and I turn it off. And I'm good.
Yeah, after you're hearing
Right.
it.
And I'm doing this every 3 to 11. And what's starting to happen is I would see a Palmer cop go by all the time.
So they were knowing what you were doing.
Well, I finally found out that somebody in the neighborhood was calling the police because somebody at 11:30 at night was cranking the music. If there's a Palmer cop listening right now, I never did it. But anyway,
A Palmer cop that would have drove by when you were.
yeah, they're all retired. So, wait a minute.
Sorry. My bad.
Just because I complained when the Big Bang went off.
Oh, I'm laughing too loud.
So-
All right.
Wait, okay. By the way, shout out to Lisa, my girlfriend. She says
Oh.
it looks good.
Oh, yay. Can you hear us, Lisa?
Yeah, can you hear? Oh, can you hear us out there, little lady? We're acting wacky tonight because we found the echo. The echo was behind us where it's supposed to be.
Yes. We found
She
the
might
echo.
text us. I just tell her to
Echo,
call later. But don't
echo,
call my
echo.
number. Call 484-272-45. Wait a minute, I screwed that up. 484-272-5450. Do you remember when they did that song? It was a Bethlehem number. Tommy Two-Tone did that back in the 80s.
Yeah, that's about 867.
8675309. Yeah.
Yeah.
When they did that, the poor woman in Bethlehem was going out of her mind because everybody was calling. They went and said, "I got your number." No, don't stop calling me.
I think every area code had a problem with that because
Yeah.
back then we didn't have. Well, the song doesn't say 610-867-5309, so
Right.
everybody had an issue.
I think they actually suspended that number.
Oh,
They
that
went
would make
crazy
sense.
with that. But that was a good song. But yeah, the Lone Ranger was my song there, and I think it was my next door neighbor.
Who kept
Yeah,
calling?
yeah, and she was. God bless her. I mean, she's been gone years now, but she outlived her husband and son. And, it was she. I must have woke her up. Dun, 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 dun. I mean, that's a heck of an alarm clock. 11:30 at night.
Yeah, that's true.
She hears that.
We all have our things, that is what you needed to center you, refocus you after working your shift or whatever it was you're doing. We want to be courteous to other people, but whatever you need to do, as long as you're not like kicking people, do what you need to do to make you happy. And as long as you're not hurting anybody else by making yourself happy, then you should. I'm not hurting anybody riding down the street, maybe a little too fast. My music playing the way I do. The only person I'm possibly hurting is me because my ears are in the car.
I did hear something about your driving. I'm not being critical.
Everybody's gonna talk about my driving.
Okay, but somebody was sitting next to you. They were really mad at you because you were driving so slow and you got pulled over. And they kept on telling you, no, it's wrong. And the cop came up and they said to you, why are you only going 22 miles an hour? And you said, it's on the sign. He said, no, it's 55 here. Oh, and the person right next to you said, see, you damn fool, I told you it's 55. Oh, my God, we just got off of 378.
Oh, my goodness.
Bump, bang.
And if you're not from the Valley, you have no clue what that joke means.
Yeah, they do, because they know it's 378, and that's the route number what you thought it was the speed limit. And the person next to you is going, yeah. And, I'll tell you what, if you don't have a positive experience in your life, you can listen to this, and it's a completely stupid banter, and you're going to get one.
There you go.
Me and my wacky jokes.
You do. You have some doozies.
Yeah,
I appreciate all of them.
You do?
Mm-hmm.
There is therapy.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I feel like if it's helping you, it's helping me.
Oh, my God.
So what helps me is not only to play music, that's like my thing, right? But I also surround myself with, because I'm really an 8-year-old girl, so I have unicorns all over the place and glitter all over the place and ponies and rainbows and everything. So me and my 5-year-old niece, well, she's 6-year-old niece, we have like all the same tastes and everything. So I love to go shopping for her because she likes all the same things as me. So, that's one of the things you can do is surround yourself with things you love. So, I have a friend who he is super into heavy metal. So his happy place is like literally when that music is screaming in, and like my head, I love most music and it'll make my head, oh my gosh. But that's what he loves. He loves to hear. So most people, they have their puppy or their kids or flowers or
That's yours, mine.
yours is a keyboard, right? Whatever brings you happy, you want to make sure you have that around you all the time. Even my phone case is glitter because I can't look at my sparkly fingernails and my glitter phone case and not feel happy. So surround yourself with things that make you smile, and then even when you're having a bad time, like I tell people all the time, you can't be mad or sad when you're looking at a rainbow glitter unicorn. It's just like an impossibility. It makes grown men chuckle to see me with a book bag with unicorns all over it. So you can't be sad when you're looking at that.
You could be if you didn't know where the echo was coming from.
Oh my goodness. We don't do that here. We don't refocus on negativity, Steven.
No, this isn't negative. I've been laughing about this for years.
There you go.
I got one to tell you.
What's that?
Here is a funny, negative, positive experience.
Okay.
Because everything, it can be negative, but it can turn positive. And if you have a negative, positive experience, and I know Lisa has a few, and she can tell some, you can call in Lisa. We'll tell the number again, 484-272-5450. This one here is wacky. And of course it happens to me. All right? I'm making my coffee.
Okay.
In the morning. You get up in the morning, you're bleary-eyed, you make your coffee, you pour your cup, out the door you go, head to work, right?
Right.
Okay? And I do that, I come home, I go to clean out my coffee pot, and I look at the coffee pot. Where are the grounds?
Oh.
Now, the person I'm living with at the time, who shall remain, she's like Voldemort. But anyway.
You're not supposed to say her name.
I can't do that. But anyway. They're not touching this. This is my problem. It's the coffee pot. Okay. Next morning. Make my coffee, make it, pour it in there, out the door. Come back. Grounds are gone. This goes on all week. I'm trying to figure out where the hell my grounds are. cannot find my coffee grounds. Okay? Comes up on Saturday. I'm going to find my coffee grounds. I go to make my coffee. I stand there watching this thing. And it's like, where's these damn grounds? The coffee's done. I pour it out, make my cup of coffee, look in, the grounds are gone. Where are my grounds? I look in the pot, they're not going through. I can't get this. I asked this Wraith, okay, where are my coffee grounds? And they go, oh, I've been putting instant coffee in there. And that's about the time I brought it in my mind. So
It's a funny story.
it is.
And there was no mess to clean up. That's a good
No,
thing.
actually, I may do that again. And that was how they
And you
invented.
didn't even notice the difference in the taste, so
Well,
it couldn't
I
have
think
been that
that's how they
bad.
invented the first Keurig.
Except the grounds are still in the Keurig cups.
I never opened one as a kid.
Okay, so other ways that you can promote your happy every day. Let's talk about vitamins. None of us get enough vitamins. Nobody gets enough vitamins. I take a regimen of vitamins every day. For those of you who don't know, I had gastric bypass surgery a couple years ago, so my stomach is only like this big, and I don't have most of my intestines, so I don't process food like most people do. So I get pretty much zero nutrients from the food that I eat. So I'm on a strict regimen of vitamins, including D3 and B12 and calcium and a multivitamin. And I never realized prior to this regimen that I was most definitely not getting enough of the vitamins and minerals that I needed in my body. And there's pretty much no way that you can just eat food and get all the nutrients that you need. You would have to eat constantly. Like you'd have to eat 10 pounds of blueberries to get all of the vitamins you need that come from blueberries. So, but there's specific vitamins that help promote your happiness. So calcium is one that, especially for women, we know it helps with bones, but it also is very important for helping us with, guys are going to love this, PMS. It helps you a lot to deal with the stresses of the hormonal changes in your body during that time of the month. So calcium is very important to help us maintain our happiness. Vitamin B12. B12 is super important because it produces serotonin. And serotonin is pretty much the lube that makes everything go good in your body. So you want to have lots of serotonin going on. So get your B12. And omega fatty acids, that's been proven all over the place that helps with depression. So you want to make sure you get plenty of fish or fish oil, those kinds of things. And D3 is a really important one. And scientists are all over the place on D3. A lot of them are not 100% sure why D3 helps, but D3 is what your body produces when you're in the sun. So in the summertime you feel so much better, and in the wintertime you get cabin fever and you feel depressed and stuff like that because you're not getting enough sun. So me and the sun, we're nemesis. We don't hang out a whole lot because I'm super white Irish girl. So I take D3 in a pill form and it works out really good for me. So
supposedly D3, just to have an insert here, and if there's somebody out there who knows a little more about vitamins than we apparently do, and all you gotta do is pick up like a dictionary, but D3 is a director of sorts of vitamins. It helps
yeah,
direct
absolutely is.
how the vitamins, what they're supposed to do and where they're supposed to go. B12 is great for nerves.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I should probably take one about the size of a pool, but that's supposed to help with your nerves. Niacin, that's in B12 or B complex, is actually good for the heart.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why all the vitamins are important. Your magnesium, your niacin, your iron, all very important because your body is a machine, and if you don't have the right food for your body, then it doesn't work as well. And if your body's working well in all aspects, then you're just in a better mood. I mean, think about it. When your knee hurts, you're not in a good mood. So when your stomach hurts, you're not in a good mood. If you're optimizing the way your body works, then you're going to be in a better mood.
You have to watch, and we want to make a statement here too. What we're saying about him is novice, and talk to your doctor
Exactly.
beforehand.
That was the next thing I was going to say. Don't nobody should just jump into taking all kinds of vitamins. You should always talk to your doctor and about, especially, if you're not already doing it, a multivitamin, because those are, if you take nothing else,
Yeah.
a multivitamin can be very beneficial to you. But don't just add B12 or D3 to your
Flintstones.
regimen. You should talk. I actually take 2 Flintstones every day.
Really?
Chewable
You take Flintstones?
Yeah, because my body can absorb them. So I actually take those chewable, taste like chalk vitamins, but I feel pretty freaking great. So I don't mind taking those. But yes, always consult your doctor first. Every time you do blood work, they're already checking all these things anyway. So find out if maybe your iron's a little low or what your doctor recommends for B12, so.
Yeah. Now, just to go in a little bit on nutrition here, I'm a diabetic.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not following things exactly how I'm supposed to.
Most
okay?
diabetics don't.
No, most diabetics don't. We drive past a bakery and we go, heaven. Dunkin' Donuts is a playground.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What's interesting, I'll pause on Dunkin' Donuts for a second. I love their coffee. I do. But when you take away the sugar and cream, it's pretty much your average coffee.
Yes,
It's
it is.
Sugar and cream is what makes it the flavor, and and since I've been cutting back on sugar, drinking their fully charged coffee is really sweet. It's like chocolate milk. It's so you cut back on that. I'm down to the point where I can almost drink coffee without sugar. It's just a touch. So.
That's
And
good.
Thanks to Lisa. I mean, she's cut me way back. She would correct me, but I think we're down to about a quarter of a teaspoon. So she's like waving the spoon over top of the thing. It's like, okay. So anyway,
Just a hint.
but the thing you have to look at, and this is, I feel better when I do this, and I'm not used to feeling better. Okay, I have to say that.
That's good.
I've since we've last been doing a show, I've lost about 6 pounds.
Excellent.
Yeah, and it's more vegetables. I gotta watch the fruits because that drives my sugar all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
Carbs.
Carbs are killer for a diabetic.
Yeah, but you gotta watch this stuff. Yeah, I got rid of deep fried. I had deep fried the other night. Somewhere I had fish and chips. It's been ages since I've had fish and chips. Okay, I thought I ate a lead ball.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay?
That'll sit with you that way.
Oh my god. So anyway, you gotta do that.
So, well, what you eat is very important. Besides getting your vitamins, I said throw water in there. I'm horrible about water. I pretty much live off of coffee and tea. I'm totally caffeinated person. Never drink enough water. So whatever tricks you got to pull with yourself to drink enough water too, because that one is important. To helping your body feel healthy and being happy.
I drink 2 gallons a day.
Yeah, see, I don't drink any water. I make myself drink water. So, but along with vitamins, exercise is really important too. And I'm the first one to be like, I hate exercise. Like, I hate the gym so much. I hate the gym. Like, I would much rather go ride a bike or go play volleyball or let's go
That's a good
swimming or
exercise.
something like that. So it's still exercise, but I just abhor the regimen of, I'm going to go to the gym, I'm going to do the treadmill for an hour, I'm going to lift weights for 20 minutes, and then I'm going to hit the hot tub or whatever it is. No, I don't.
I thought it was good. No,
That,
okay.
I cannot stand that. I'm also not very big on watching other people exercise, so I would much rather play tackle football than ever watch an NFL game because, I want to do the thing, not watch the thing.
What's better,
But
tackle football or NASCAR / drag racing?
okay, I don't want to make viewers angry. Right now, I am going to say,
All of them are good then. All right.
right
Because I was
now,
going to say, if you give the ball to a dragster, he's going to take it down the field better than a football player.
all right,
Okay.
just tell a story. I've never been very into sports. I used to always just say, I don't sport, right?
Okay.
Because I'm not very into those things. But actually, right now, I'm trying to learn a lot about football, not American football, soccer. Football. So I'm learning about football. I'm following the Premier League in England, and I'm learning a lot of stuff from podcasts and people and watching and stuff like that. So I don't think I could ever play soccer. That's way too much running for me.
Well, I I'm like on the edge of different sports. I love baseball. When they score a touchdown, it's great.
Yeah. See.
Okay, that's bad.
So you want to get enough exercise. Exercise releases endorphins. And everybody wants happy thoughts in their brain. So even if it's just a 15-minute walk a day, you need to get up off your butt and do something. Walk your dog. Play with kids. I mentioned what?
You mentioned you had that bypass surgery.
Yes.
Can I ask you a few questions about that?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, let me ask
I'm an
you.
open book. I have no secrets.
You have no secrets.
Nope.
Okay. When you got that, I mean, there's a tipping point. If you finally say, okay, I'm going to do this. Because at one point, I was almost 300 pounds, and I lost the weight. They wanted me to go get it. And they said, but you got to lose 10% of your body weight before we got to go do this. That means I had to cut back on food, and I just start cutting back naturally, and I lost the weight. So I just kept on going.
That's good.
Okay. Now, and if you don't want to get into it, that's fine. But what was what's finally made you say, okay, I'm finally going to do this?
Well, I think we talked about this last week.
I don't think it was on. We made.
Oh, we didn't make it on the video?
Yeah.
Okay, so over the last 5-6 years or so, I made a lot of changes in my life, and one of the first changes, one of the most important changes, was I was 45 and I had a heart attack scare.
Yeah.
And no, I wasn't 45. I was 42 and I had a heart attack scare. My dad had his first heart attack at 45. And I went to the hospital and wound up I was having a panic attack. I wasn't having a heart attack. But afterwards, I met with my doctor, and my doctor was like, yeah, well, Paula, you smoke 2 packs of cigarettes a day. You're 300 pounds. You know, this is not, it shouldn't be surprising that you would develop heart disease in your 40s. And then he said to me that at this rate, you only have a 10% chance of making it to 65. So at that point, I had 2 grandchildren, and I was like, I don't like this story at all. I don't want to not make it to 65. So that's when I started talking with my doctor about, we had done different things in the past, different diets and different medications and stuff like that. But I started talking about the gastric bypass surgery. They wanted to do the sleeve. Anybody who's looked in a weight loss surgery, there's pretty much 3 levels. You can do a band, you can do a sleeve, or you can do a bypass. So the band is you basically put a rubber band around the top so you can't fit a lot of food in there. The sleeve is they cut out a big portion of it, but you still have a pretty large stomach and all of your intestines. And then there's bypass surgery where they leave this much of your stomach, take out most of the beginning of your intestines at the top, and connect your intestines to that little pocket of stomach you still have up there. So my insurance would only pay for the third option. So that's what we went with. But I wound up losing half of the weight, so I'm half the size that I used to be, and I've kept it off now for 4 years now. So I had surgery in March of 2018, so it's been about 4.5 years now that I've kept it off. But that was like the starting point of a lot of changes in my life, because when you start to feel healthier and you start to feel better about yourself, then you start to recognize other areas in your life where things might be lacking, where you're like, wait a second, I don't want to do this. You know, I've just been accepting this because I thought I didn't deserve more. I thought I couldn't get more. And so you make other changes in your life too. So now here I am, I would never say that I had a bad life before. You know, I have 4 wonderful children, 4 amazing grandchildren, 9 outstanding brothers and sisters. You know, I have a wonderful, amazing family. But the things that were holding me back, the things that were preventing me from being a happy person, those things are no longer part of my life. I removed those things or changed those things, and now not only am I more fit, but I am every day, the smile is not fake on my face. Like, I really genuinely am happy all the time because I've got no reason to be sad.
So it's not just the weight loss that made you happy, it's the changes in your life that made you happy.
That's right. And it just so happened that was the start of the changes in our life. Like, all of us have things that need to change. You know, a lot of people have health issues that need to change. Some people have career issues that need to change. Some people have relationship issues that need. I had career issues too. I had relationship issues that needed to change, and not just with Most people know uh, my husband left a couple years ago, so most people know that about me. But it wasn't just that relationship that had to change. I had to change my dynamic in a lot of relationships. I was in a position where I was giving all the time until my cup was empty, and I was giving until I had nothing left for me, and I was suffering because of it. So I had to kind of change the way I dealt with my children, and change the way I dealt with my siblings, and change the way I dealt with my friends, and learn a lot about myself, like what feeds my soul. I'm a very social person, so if I can't go out and meet people and chat up people and offer advice, then I wither. So I bartend because everybody talks to a bartender. I love my job in accounting, but that's not a social position. I sit at a desk all day and figure out puzzles, and doesn't feed my soul. So
okay, and losing the weight just made you more comfortable in these other situations. So you just rebuilt your life from there.
Yeah, I think that's how life is for most people. You have one win and you can go to the next one more confident.
Mm-hmm.
So regardless of what that win is, you build momentum when good things happen in your life. Yeah. So when one good thing is happening for you, then it's easier to be brave and go out and conquer the next thing in your life.
Oh yeah.
So it was definitely the start of everything. Like I don't ever want to sound like because I weigh less now that's what is important. That was just the beginning of my particular journey. I've had my entire life. I like myself as a person inside. For the most part, I've liked myself as a person most of my life, but I still actually struggle really bad with my appearance. I still feel very much like I'm not good enough. I don't look good enough. I'm not skinny enough. I'm not, and I know a lot of it is body dysmorphia, so there's a lot of people who watch the show and can relate to those kinds of things. I was a chubby girl growing up. I didn't have the right kind of support, maybe in some of my relationships that complicated it and made it worse. Infidelity, lying, things like that compound those kinds of things. So I still struggle with that a lot, but I never want people to think that, if you get skinny, everything is going to fix it, or that's what fixed me. It was just the starting point.
It's not so what you're saying, there's no one magic bullet to take
right.
you out of depression. You got to have a multitude of things that it's going to move you down the road. And really what it comes down to is that happiness is not a destination. Happiness is a journey. Okay?
Absolutely.
It's a series of events. And you're going to have setbacks. And like I said to my kids, and I've said to myself, the reason you have a bad day is so you know when you're having a good day. Okay? Yeah. So, and I've had a few bad days, and then I've had a lot of good days. And, you need that first step to kind of kick you out of the nest, and all of a sudden then you start doing things better, and things happening, and it clicks, and, it's ta-da, and it's like, wow. And, and this is what first brought me to look at you, because you were blogging there, and you're doing a lot.
Somebody's calling.
Oh, wow. Okay, hang on.
Yeah, we have a caller.
All right, hang on. Thank you for calling.
Hello.
Hello, how are you?
Hello, hi, how are you?
Hello.
Are you there?
Are they muted?
Yes,
Hello?
can you hear us?
Oh, please don't hang up. It's been a long half an hour. Oh my gosh.
You know something? It'd be a heck of a thing. Oh, wait, I think this is actually. Oh my gosh.
Hello? Hello?
You know what this is?
What?
It's a spam
I
caller.
cannot hear you,
They
Mommy.
call
Wow. This is my favorite week on the show. The call was a spammer.
Hello?
Is that
That's a
scammer?
good thing too.
See if I can
because-
find him here. Because
I'm not-
I just looked down here.
I'm not a
Calls over
scammer,
and
can you
over
hear
again.
me?
Yeah, I'll just make sure it's here. We got a car warranty call on the show today.
Wow.
There we go. It hung up.
Oh, Oh, look at that.
It wasn't having a positive day.
We ruined their day. Let's see. Let's make sure I hit all these bullet points for people who are watching the show because they actually want to try to be happier.
Don't worry, be happy.
Vitamins, exercise, stuff you like. Smile. This is the funny thing about smiles. Everybody's heard smiles are contagious, but if you didn't know, when you fake a smile, right? You fake a smile, your brain doesn't realize you're faking a smile. So you make a smile on your face and your brain goes, oh, wait, we're happy. And it releases all the happy juice in your brain. And then you actually get happy and you smile more. And then you get more happy juice and you smile more and you get more happy juice. So smile, even if you don't feel like smiling. And sometimes you can trick your brain with it. But smiles are my favorite thing, obviously. I'm like Buddy the Elf. Smiling is my favorite thing to do. So the other day, somebody was explaining a sport to me. Somebody was explaining a sport to me about 2 weeks ago, and I was genuinely appreciative that they were explaining this sport to me. So I was smiling, but apparently I was smiling too big. And the person got completely distracted, and we're like, stop smiling so big, because somebody being happy to hear them speak was so foreign to them that it completely threw them off. So then that smile turned into the whole group of us were smiling, and then 2 weeks later, we're all still joking about the fact that he couldn't handle my dimples. And so smiles are contagious, so smile. Getting enough sleep, we talked about that. Something important to know about getting enough sleep. I know nobody can get enough sleep. We're all working too many hours, and we're doing too many things, and so we're never getting enough sleep. But naps. Here's something most people don't realize about naps. Okay. Naps are great, but naps are 15 to 20 minutes long, right? So when you take a 2-hour nap, if you're one, I'm not saying everybody, but most people, you take a 2-hour nap and then you don't feel good because you wake up all groggy and cranky. And it's because your body thought you were going to bed, but you only slept for 2 hours and it triggered REM sleep. And then you woke it up too early, so it's all cranky. So utilize naps, little naps, and try to get enough sleep. Then my absolute favorite thing to do, even better than having stuff around me, is practicing gratitude. Do you ever practice gratitude, Steve?
Yeah, sometimes you forget to do the small things in life and saying thank you, you're welcome, that kind of thing.
Right.
You do forget.
Yep. Or even with yourself, like just to lay in your bed and think about the day that you had. Or like, I do this thing on Fridays, and I used to do it on the page that I had where I called it my Fantastical Friday Flex, where what I would do is I would just tell everybody about all the cool things that happened in my week. So that's important, to reflect on your week or and think about, wow, these are all the great things that happened to me this week. Because when you recognize the wonderful things in your life, then you're in a better mood, because even though today sucked, right, but yesterday you had great stuff happen to you. So it's really important to try to be grateful in the morning before you get out of bed and at night before you go to bed. So in the morning, most of us lay in the bed and think about, crap, I got to do all these things today. But try to change your outlook to, these are the things I get to do today, and that'll help you have a better day. But even more importantly, especially for those of us who never get enough sleep because we're stressed out and we have so much things going on, at night before you go to bed, make the last thing you do, like turn off all the blue lights all over the place, turn off your phone, turn off the TV, and just sit there for a couple of minutes and think about, the wonderful things that happened that day. Every night when I get in I love my bed. My bed is super wonderful. It's one of those, like, you just hugs your whole body kind of beds. So that immediately makes me grateful that I have such a wonderful bed. And every night before I go to bed, I say goodnight to my dog. So that helps me every night just before I go to bed. My best friend texts me and says, good night, see you tomorrow. And that makes me feel super amazing. And then I lay there and I think about, I'm in this nice bed with my little puppy, and I have this wonderful people in my life that help me get through every day. And I feel really grateful that I have those things and whatever else happy happened that day. And then I go to bed with this nice, happy, clear thoughts. You know, if you've ever watched like a horror movie before you go to bed, or you ever watch like a slasher flick before you go to bed, and then you're sleeping and you dream about, people are trying to kill you or there's aliens or whatever, and you can't actually rest because the last thing you thought about was Jason Voorhees, so you can't fall asleep, or when you do fall asleep, you dream about Jason Voorhees. So you're much more likely to fall asleep well when you're, think about the things that were good about your day, and you're more likely to have better dreams, happier dreams, because the last thing you thought about in your waking hours was how wonderful your friend makes you feel. So that's my favorite thing to do is find time to be grateful for the things in my life, from grandbabies to Nana vans with kick butt speakers.
No. Your speakers are out of service because the Nana van burns up her speakers.
Do they?
484-272-5450. We got about 8 more minutes left in the show here. Come on, give us a call.
I'm really surprised I don't have anybody this week. There must be something amazing going on that is preventing people from dialing in. But since
we had something positive last week. I'll tell you a little quickly about this. We had the 24-hour concert for One Cup Rise Up.
Oh, yes.
Peace.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why you weren't around last week.
Yeah.
But that was worldwide, and it ran about 28 hours.
Nice.
Yep. And we sat here watching this thing, and we lost it twice. We lost the feed twice. Over in the UK, my counterpart, Sean, shout out to Sean. Yay, Sean. Okay. And Doug and Carmen watched the whole thing.
Wow.
And
dedication.
Yeah.
That they were drinking
I
instant
sat
coffee.
here and watched it, and we went through the whole thing, and we sat there and got done with it, and we said, we're going to bed. And that
There
was
you
it.
go.
But it was like, holy mackerel. But we had Kirk Douglas on it.
Really?
Yes. We had Bill
Nice.
Haley on it.
Nice.
We had Jingo, the Santana tribute.
Yeah.
We had a lot of people.
There you go.
Okay. Very popular. We're waiting right now to get all the numbers in because we're collecting from across the way of all it was. But we had a stage in the Caribbean, had a stage in Germany, had a stage in 2 stages in England. There were 3 stages out of the Lehigh Valley.
Nice.
Yeah, how about that?
I love it.
Now, the 2 my stage was predominantly Lehigh Valley, but I did have some foreigners. And I had one from Texas. I had one from, why?
That caller was not a car warranty.
Wasn't it?
No, it was somebody, but it's cool.
What was it? What was their number? Who was it?
Oh, I think I might know the problem. Wait, you called it earlier and it went through. People are getting a message that says this number is disconnected.
I just blocked it. I thought it was a car warranty.
Oh, that's why she can't call now.
Tell her to
because
call
it
now.
said-
Tell her to call back now, and I unblocked the number. I thought it was a car warranty number. Go ahead. Try again. Just unblocked. I'm gonna get yelled at now. So at any rate,
Okay, so it's a great concert last week.
yeah, it was a good concert. And I hope you're all enjoy listening now because I've blocked numbers. I've had a great concert, but that blew up. And I'll be out of business by 9 o'clock. We'll run.
How many calls? It was just that one.
What if I can call out on this? Probably
I
can't.
don't know.
Let me do
Try.
this.
Call her back.
Oh, incoming call.
There we go. Hello.
All right, that just answered.
Can we hear you?
Hello, can you hear me?
Oh, this blasted thing.
No, I think.
Tell
the
her to
problem
stay-
this
just
week
stay
might
on
be,
until I
don't
get
hang
the-
up.
Yeah, don't hang up.
Hello there.
Oh, my
And we
God.
were having sound problems. We thought we had them all fixed at the beginning, but I suppose it's possible that
What is
we
wrong
had
with
some
this?
phone problems too.
Hello.
Which makes me feel a little better about myself. I never.
It was
I
working
can't
before.
hear you if you can
Yeah, we
hear
called it
me,
in the
but I
beginning.
can't hear you.
So while he's sorting that,
I can't believe
Hello?
this.
we're so sorry, caller. Feel free to message me on Facebook, and I'll be glad to share all your information
I don't know
next
why.
week when we have our special guest, Corey Reinhardt.
Thank
How do
you.
say?
That's
Let me tell you what
great.
you're saying. The fault line. The microphone is working. The ringing speakers, dual line.
Okay, I'm going to
It's
hang up
one
now.
of those things.
Bye.
Hang on, just stay with me here. Say something. Oh my God.
I'm so sure they're on the other end talking.
I don't understand why this is not coming through. Now say something. 1 2. 1 2 1 2. Holy mackerel!
We're sorry, caller.
I'm sorry.
If
It
you'd
looks
like
like
to
I guess
text
our
us your
phone is not
message.
working like I thought it was working tonight. It should be. Let me do one other thing here. Are you still there with me?
I don't know.
I think they hung up.
Perhaps. She can call in next week and give us her story of the things that she's doing to make her life more
Yeah,
positive.
please call in next week. It looks like
We will continue to work on any bugs that we have. But hey, everybody liked my backdrop, right? Every time I moved my hands, the background didn't move.
we got the video right there. Why?
Yeah.
Why?
We
in
got
God's name?
the light, wonderful light in here now. It looks pretty good. You can even see the sparkles in my shirt.
Holy
Yay,
macaroni!
sparkles.
Why is this outgoing calls? All right, say something.
While
for a
he
bit.
plays with that, I want to remind everybody that if you have a positive life and you would like to banter with me like Steve does, and take calls with me when the phone works next week, it's please the email address on the screen, paula.pardonmypositivity@gmail.com, and let me know that you're interested in being on the show, and we can work out, what we're going to talk about when I'm with you. Another quick reminder, my friend Corey will be with us next week. He's my friend with 1,000,000 socks. He has an entire room dedicated to sneakers and about 400 pairs of fun socks, like with food on them and puppy dogs and pumpkins for Halloween. So maybe we'll get him to wear a really cool pair related to music since we're on Rockin' the Valley. Write that down, Corey. Wear music socks next week. Also, don't forget, I'm looking for a tagline for the end of the show so we can finish up the show with a good line. So send your suggestions in. I'll narrow it down to 3 next week, and the week after we'll have our winner by voting on social media. And whoever gives me the winning suggestion, I, Paula Lynch, will take you out to lunch somewhere in the Lehigh Valley. So send in your submissions, and we'll get that moving. And I want to remind everybody that a bad day doesn't mean a bad life. And every day you can make little choices to get through the day a little happier. Also, I want to remind you that, all the emotions are important, even the bad ones. You have to feel them to live your best life. So when crappy stuff happens, go ahead and be sad. Go ahead and be angry. Go ahead and be jealous if you need to be jealous. I get the green eye monster myself every once in a while. So, but it's okay to have those negative emotions. We let them do their job and work through them, and then we can leave the rest of the days to happy, because we only get so many. We're not going to let days have more than smiles. I guess that's it. Oh, it's 9 o'clock.